wrist-free flow this morning, dun dun dun, as requested, which means no push-ups, no chaturanga, and no down dog. Also means no handstands, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Or if you've been training handstand a lot, like you've been training handstands a lot, this is gonna be a really nice practice to give your wrist a break from all of that. Before we really get rolling, we always think it's a great idea to give credit where credit is due. This practice is inspired by a training that I did with Christina Sell, and the music, thank you DJ Taz. Rashid, he has graciously offered his entire musical library on social for us to use, which is great, perfect. I will put the links in Apple and the Spotify, right?
Yes.
Yesterday I said SoundCloud. Spotify playlists after we're finished up. I'll just add it in the comments, I guess. Shall we go? Let's start on our backs. You can have your knees bent with your feet wide and the inner knees touching, arms falling open wherever they're comfortable. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears and lengthen the back of your neck. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Inviting your breath to lengthen and deepen, to begin to slow down. Beginning to ride the waves of flow of your breath, and soon to be movement of your body. Using your breath as a tool, as the anchor, the tether for your practice to keep you here, present with the sensation in your body, and that's what will help to keep us safe, this practice sustainable. It'll also help us to stay in the moment. Final breath right where you are. Double checking that your feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Mat distance works pretty well if you're on the mat. Sweep your arms open like a T so they're up out of the way. Big inhale. And as you exhale, allow your knees to fall to one side or the other. Inhale up through center, opposite side. Exhale up through center and over. Just beginning to link and sync up breath, movement, mind. Instead of thinking about taking your knees down, imagine taking your knees away from your hip. So down will be the byproduct of away. Finishing up, drawing your knees back through center and tucking them up into your chest. You can hold on top of your shins or the underside of your thighs, but imagine that I've taped pencil crayons onto your kneecaps. You're going to start to draw circles onto the ceiling. And see if you can link up breath and movement. Your circles can be as big and dramatic or small and subtle as you like. Switching the direction as you come up over your chest. through center. Let's take the left ankle over the right thigh. Your right foot can come down onto the mat, and you can experiment with how close your foot is to your body. So right foot closer to your body will give a little bit more tension into the left hip. You can even use your hand to gently press the thigh away. Do notice the pressure on the back of your pelvis. Can you check in and see that it's equal from side to side? Inhale, sweep your arms open like a T. Exhale, allow your legs to fall over to the right side. I'm not mirroring you, heads up. So bottom of your left foot comes down onto the earth. Left knee stays high into the sky. Your head can be at neutral, or you can turn it to look out over either shoulder, but 3 more full breaths here. Using the top half of your next exhale to unravel your twist. Tuck your knees back up into your chest, stay for a breath. And then we'll switch sides. Right ankle over the left thigh. Left foot, just play with how close it is to your body. Closer will add more tension in. If you feel that you do need a bit more leverage, you can press the right outer thigh away. But notice that you're not bringing a twist into your pelvis, that you're keeping fairly equal pressure from side to side on the back of your hips. And that one sits bone, one tuberosity, one side is not sitting higher away from the back edge of your mat than the other. And one more deep breath here as we our hip a little love, a little traction. Great space. Sweeping the arms open, big inhale. Exhale, knees, legs fall to the left. If you turn your head over one shoulder or the other the first time through, just make sure to turn it the second way now. Filling up your lungs. Using the top half of your exhale to unravel your twist. Tucking your knees back up into the chest, but then seeking your hands to the underside of your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, split open knees, ankles, feet. Let them fall open and down towards the mat, creating a bit of stretch or sensation on the inseam of your upper thighs. Stop one, it's right here. We can jump off the bus. If we feel that we need a little more, ankles can start to stack over the knees, and we might walk our hands up the calves, the ankles, or catch our feet. You don't need to pull on the arms, just let the weight of your arms hang heavy on your feet for now. Or your legs, wherever you're holding on to. About pressing your hips down and away towards the back edge of the mat instead of pulling your seat up off the floor. Think about pressing your tailbone down, lengthening the low back. One more breath. Knees tuck in tight. Inhale. Exhale, scoop your low belly, head, neck, and shoulders, peel up off the mat. Try to touch your nose to your knees and your knees to your nose. If it's not good for you to rock on your back, or you want to just release your head, it's not good for your body to take deep tuck or flexion in your spine, you can stay and do more rolls with the hips and knees. it's okay on your back, nice tight tuck, we're gonna start to rock the length of our spine. So to our tail dog, just to the tops of the shoulders. You can use a little flick of your toes to help build momentum. We're gonna meet in a standing fold. The trick, there's always a trick. The trick here is to get your heels tight to your body, to reach forward and really use momentum. So when you're ready, reach. We'll all meet in that standing halfway lift. So big breath in, press off of your shins, bring your shoulders up in line with your hips. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and fold. Your knees can stay as deeply bent as they need to. Your feet can be as wide as you like. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lengthen your spine, open your chest. Exhale to fold. One more. Inhale. Empty out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hips, tone your belly, squeeze your shoulders up off the mat, squeeze your back. Inhale, push through your feet and come on all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So taking a few breaths here. Inhale, feel that inner lift. Exhale, settle, ground down through your feet. Soft gaze, or even close your eyes. Two-way axis, lengthening, growing a little taller as you inhale. Exhale, grounding back down to the earth. Release the hands, blink your eyes open if they're closed. Inhale, turn your arms open, so from your shoulder, reach up, look up. If it's not okay with your shoulders, don't touch your hands. They can stay open, no problem. Exhale, arms sweep back down to heart center. So we really want to feel the shoulder blades moving on the back. Inhale, reach up so much that you get stretch on the skin of your side rib. One more. Inhale to rise, to reach, to stretch higher. Exhale to bend the knees and drop the hips down to Utkatasana or chair pose. Again, if it's not cool with your shoulders, arms overhead, no problem. Just reach them up front, press them down on your thighs, or take your hands to your heart. Inhale to rise. Think about lifting your breastbone up any amount back that feels good. Exhale, tilting from the pelvis, empty out your lungs. Inhale, halfway lift. Let it be really rhythmic, led by your breath. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Roll up or come up reverse swan like we practiced earlier with your hands on your hips. So yogi's choice on that. Exhale, we meet back, hands out heart. Let's do that twice more, building the flow. Inhale to rise, to stretch, to reach. Exhale to swan dive back over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to let it go. Inhale all the way back up, tall and strong, whether you're coming up from the hips or rolling up through your back. Exhale, we settle in chair pose. Lift up on your low belly, engage your inner upper thighs. So just checking in, there's no Beyonce, we don't have a little duck butt, and we're not tucking our pelvis under. So fairly neutral. One more big breath, one more big stretch, reach. Even if it's through your chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to empty out, but to soften your knees and step your right foot way back. Release the back knee down, pat it if you need to. Inhale Inhale to reach to rise. Exhale, hug your outer hips in and draw your bottom ribs back. So we're a little more neutral on the pelvis. Inhale, stretch higher. Exhale, hands, fingertips back to the mat or props if you need them. Inhale, lengthen your back, send your heart forward. Exhale to shift the hips back, half split. First one through here. Toes can stay down, toes can pull back. You can make it more dynamic by turning the thigh bone in the hip joint. Inhale, lunging forward. Exhale to pick up your back knee, bend your back knee, load up that leg. Stepping to the front edge, feet come together, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Soften your knees, left foot goes back, left knee goes down. Pat it if you need. Inhale to rise. Exhale, push your legs down and think about dragging them to touch. Inhale, reach up out of your pelvis as if you could. Exhale, hands sweep back down. Inhale, we lunge forward, lead with the heart. Emptying out, shift the hips back. Ardha Hanuman, half split. Yogi's choice, toes down, toes pull back. A little more dynamic by turning the thigh. Inhale back through center. Send forward. Exhale to pick up your back knee to bend it. And then step to the front edge. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way back up to the top. Big reach. Exhale, hands come back down quietly to heart center. Stay for a breath. Inhale to reach. This time as we find chair pose, reach out front. Squeeze your legs together if you can, if that's okay with your hips and your low back. Exhale, sit a little deeper, but reach more forward. It will be the counterbalance for you. And then again, sit as deeply as you can, reach forward. If your heels lift up off the ground, it's okay, reach. If it's not good to rock on your back, please don't. Just come back to that half lift position. Otherwise, no thumping. We rock back. And we try to come forward over our feet. Yeah, coming back to that position we started. It might take 2 or 3 rocks and a little practice. It might be really dramatic in the beginning. It's okay. Do what you need to there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale to rise, reach up. Exhale to soften the back knee to lift up on the low belly. Inhale to stretch higher. Exhale, hips go back. We might be holding onto our shin, a prop, or fingertips lightly on the mat. Right heel's pressing back. It may not touch in this long stance, is okay. Left foot, front foot, yes, pedal to the metal. Inhale, lift up, ease forward. Exhale, bend your back knee, load up your leg. Stepping to the front edge, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Soften your knees, left foot goes back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, soften your back knee, lift up on your low belly. Inhale, stretch higher. Exhale, we fold. Hands might be on the shin, on props, lightly on the mat. Right hip is tucking under and sending back. You could stick your right butt cheek on the wall behind you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your back knee. Step to the front edge, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Big toes to kiss as we exhale, sit deep all the way down. over your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Hands come quietly back down, heart center. Stay for an extra breath. Check back in, consolidate. Inhale to reach up to rest. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Empty all breath out. Soften your knees, right foot goes back. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale to rise, to straighten your front leg. Exhale to fold. Inhale, leg half lift, spin your right heel down, your back heel down, seek your left hand inside. Big breath, right arm opens the chest. We find triangle. So left hand can be high on the inner thigh, on the inner calf. Sometimes it can feel nice to grab a hold of the shin bone and pull up. Try to pull away and give your wrist a little traction. Looking down towards the mat. If you aren't, reach your top arm over. Lift your right heel up. Bend your right knee, back knee, and step to the front edge. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Soften your knees, step your left foot way back. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, straighten your front leg, draw your right hip under and back. Exhale, over we go. Inhale, lengthen your back. Spin your left heel down, feet are flat. Big breath, left arm opens the chest. Triangle. And finding that good hand placement for yourself. Wherever we can find a little length on the right bottom side waist. And drawing the left bottom ribs in. Left shoulder away from the right big toe. Someone had a little strain you were holding onto and they're pulling you up. Emptying out breath as you turn to look at the mat. Reach your left arm way overhead as it cartwheels to the mat. Left heel goes high. Bend the back knee and step your feet together. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale all the way down to that low squat position. This time we're gonna rock back and stay. So just one rock. Finding Navasana or boat. So our toes might tickle the mat. We might hold the underside of the thighs to help lift the chest up and broaden the collarbones. We might play with releasing the feet off the mat. Maybe one foot at a time. And if we rock back, we've done that before, no big deal. We just come back up and we pretend we're doing Pilates. You might straighten one leg, and then the other, maybe both. Point or flinch your toes. Feet are really active, and maybe release the hands. And exhale to lower down, Ardha or half. And if we need to take tuck instead, totally allowed. Release. Big inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Hug your knees back in nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, find your little egg shape. Tight tuck. We start to rock. It may take you 2 or 3 times to build that momentum back up. But when you're ready, heels tight to the body. Reach forward. Come through that low squat position. Inhale, halfway lift, top back if you need to. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Hands quietly back down. Soften your gaze, close your eyes, stay for a breath. Here we go. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up, maybe the palms touch. Swan diving over the thighs. Halfway lift, lengthen your back, open your chest. Exhale to fold, let it go. Soften your knees, right foot goes way back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, we settle in. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold. We're in no hurry. Halfway lift. Spin your right heel down. Inhale to open up, triangle pose. Exhale, lengthen the left side waist. Draw your bottom top ribs in. Inhale, stretch a little higher. If it's okay with your low back, you might reach your right arm overhead, palm faces the ground. Final breath here. Right arm's gonna circle all the way overhead. Right heel lifts up. Exhale, bend your back and load up your leg. Step to the front edge, halfway lift. Lengthen your back. Exhale to lift. Soften your knees. Left foot goes way back. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Settle in. Left hip presses forward, right hip draws back. Inhale, stretch higher. Exhale, over we go. Inhale, light calf lift. Exhale to spin your back heel down. Inhale to open up, triangle pose. And taking an extra breath to get everything in its place, checking in with your low back if it's feeling all right. You can reach the left arm overhead, palm faces down. Exhale, right shoulder blade comes through. Top ribs roll open. Your gaze can be wherever it feels good on your neck. One more breath here. Looking down at the mat, left arm circles all the way around, left heel goes high. Bend the back knee, load up your leg and step to the front edge. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale all the way down through low squat. Use your hands if you need to slow it down and find your seat to the mat. Lift your heart and find Navasana, boat pose. Exhale to Ardha or top. And then we release. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Left knee hugs up into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, maybe we stay here. Maybe we need a more restorative version. No worries, chill. Otherwise, scoop up the low belly, head, neck, and shoulders forward. Try to touch nose to knee, knee to nose. Next up on this bus is to hover the right foot. So try not to make too much pike. Try not to push your right hip too much. Toes in line with the eyes, like half boat pose. Next up, try to keep the height in your torso as you reach your arms alongside your thigh. Or if you're feeling really feisty, arms overhead, handstand line. Both knees hug in, take a breath. Relax your head, your neck, throat, your jaw. Right knee hugs in, left leg goes out. Heavy, relax, stop one. Maybe we chill here. Otherwise, scoop up on the low belly, knee to nose, nose to knee. Make the left leg tight, it hovers. Breathe. Try to keep all that good height in the torso as you reach the arms down. Or overhead. Both knees hug in, head goes down, stay for a breath, inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Fill up. Scoop up, a tight little tuck as we start to rock. Coming over the feet when you're ready. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Hands back at heart center, we stay for a breath. Inhale, turn the arms open, reach up, look up, maybe the palms touch. Exhale, swan diving back over the thighs. Halfway. Exhale to fold. This time, soften your knees, step back to table. So we may not want to be bearing weight onto our hands. Maybe that's why we choose to be here this morning, but let's drop the elbows, yeah? However you need to get there comfortably to protect your wrists. Elbows go down, they stack under the shoulders. You have a few options. You can be palms facing down, totally fine. Just make sure your forearms are parallel to one another, the long edge of the mat. So we're hugging the elbows in. Yeah, it's really common, it's really easy for them to splay open here. The other option is to interlace your hands. Same thing. Hug your elbows in a little bit so they stay stacked and they don't splay open. If you interlace your hands, pro tip. I don't know why people do this all of the time. Yeah, it's not so great for your hands. So whatever finger you have on the bottom, tuck it under. Yeah, and then you can press equally through the pinky sides of both hands. So pick your poison. Hug your forearms in. Press your elbows down and walk your toes back. So we find our forearm plank. Our knees can be down, our feet can be wide, our feet can be together. Even though you're hugging your elbows in, broaden your collarbones, it'll feel like your breastbone is moving forward. Lift up on your low belly. Imagine drawing the front hip points towards the front edge of your mat, sending your tailbone back. So a lot of length in the low back. One more breath right where you are. Release the knees, release the hips, untuck your toes. Inhale, come on up here, Sphinx pose. Exhale, pretend Z's, you're grabbing the floor and pulling it back. So you want to feel the skin of your forearm start to drag on your mat. Inhale, broaden your collarbones, lift your heart. Exhale to light up your back, to tone your low belly as we unravel all the way down. Chin, nose, forehead. Making sure that your feet are in the frame of your hips so they're not super wide. Root your pelvis down, adjust anything you need to. Lengthen your low back. So again, pretensies, like you could send your tailbone back between your heels, lift them up on the low belly. Exhale, squeeze just your shoulders. Isolate that movement first. Shoulders up off the floor. Then maybe your arms. Then we might add in yet forehead, nose, chin as we coil up off the mat. Being careful not to close up the back of the neck, so we don't need to look way forward. A little bit forward, a little bit down. We still want to add in, engage your glutes, lift your legs up off the mat. So our Shalanbasan, our locust pose in yoga. Front bird and acro, one more breath. Slowly release all the way down. Let's take our right ear to the floor. Hands can go wherever they need to relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Take a breath or two. Forehead back to the mat. Sweeping the arms back alongside the thighs. A little faster this time. Root the pelvis down, lengthen the low back. Squeeze the shoulders. Maybe the arms reach. Maybe we coil. You still want to add in, engage your glutes, lift your legs. So not just from the knees. Try to lift your thighs up off the floor. If we're good, we stay. If we want to add in a little more, we bend our knees at this point. Reach back. Come inside your feet, yeah? So your palms are facing out, your thumbs are facing up. And if your knees go out really wide to get a hold, it's okay. Just tuck your knees back in line with your hips. So hands inside, it's more for the chest. We won't get as high as maybe we normally do, but kick your hands back. Release all the way down. Left ear to the mat, hands wherever they're most comfortable. Forehead back to the mat. Use your elbows if you need to press yourself up and back to child's pose. Arms can be reaching out overhead, back alongside the feet. Allowing your hips to be heavy. Imagining that you could breathe all the way down into the bowl of your pelvis. Flushing out, releasing across the back of your hips, your low back. Feeling the movement of the bottom back ribs. Final breath at the bottom. Inhaling, rolling yourself on up, bringing your knees in line with your hips. If it's not good for you to be sitting onto your feet, your ankles, your knees like this, no problem. You can always tuck your toes under. I don't have a blanket handy, but you could tuck a towel or a blanket high into the back of your knees, even across your heels. Give yourself like a little sling, a little hammock. Yogi's choice always. Another little pro tip to help us to protect our knees. We can draw the big toes towards each other. So we sickle our ankles on purpose, and then we drag our toes apart. So the toes are facing straight back in line with the knees, and the tops of the feet, they're pressing down quite a lot. So if I wanted to stand up, I could. If we need more, we open our feet. So not so much the knees here, but the feet to sit in the saddle. You can always elevate your hips up onto a blanket, towel, cushion, block, whatever you've got. But do the same thing with your feet. Turn your big toes in towards each other and then drag them apart. Lift your heart. Vajrasana Hero's pose. If you still feel that you need more crazy yogis, you might lean back to the elbows. You might come back onto your shoulders. If your knees lift up on the way down, it's okay, but press them back to the mat. And if they can't get back to the mat just yet, it's all right. Come back to the elbows, come back seated. And the last stop on this bus is arms overhead. Tuck the elbows back into the sides. Tuck your chin. So you walk yourself out. Come forward and sweep your legs around to either side or cross your ankles and come on over to your seat. Extending, straightening your legs out long to open the back of your knees. Roll the shoulders back and down. Flex your ankles, so pull your toes back towards your face and then point them. Reach away off the ends of the toes, pull them back. So point and flex a few times. Lean a little bit to the right and sweep both your heels to the left. If it's a bit much, much to have your knees and your feet together. Just open your knees wider apart so we come more to this like double stag position. If half lotus or the Padmas in your practice, and if you're like, I don't know what that is, that means it's probably not in your practice just yet. If the right knee can be closed, the heels touching the bum, you can move from the hip and take the right leg or bottom leg into half lotus, but the foot needs to be high. Big inhale, wherever you are, it's right. Exhale, belly, chest spins away from your feet. So left hand can be on left or right knee. Right hand can go behind the body like a little post so we can't slouch. If you're good where you are, stay. You want to work on playing with the binds. The right arm, back arm, it turns in, thumb down, palm away. The back of your arm towards your low back. Left bicep to help bring you up and around. And if you have half lotus, you make the peace symbol, peace finger, bind around the big toe joint. Big breath, lift your heart. There's a bit of mid-upper back bending action here, like Sphinx pose. Exhale, belly, chest continues to spin to the right, away from your feet. But head turns over the top, over the left shoulder. Right shoulder relaxes down, away from the ear. Final breath, empty it all out. Head comes back to neutral. We unravel our twist. Hands can go back, no pressure. You can take a little can-can if you like to switch sides. So double check, knees, hips, ankles, low back feels all right. We may need to open the knees a little wider. If the left knee is all the way closed and half lotus is already in your practice, that option is available too. Inhale, big breath, lengthen. Exhale, belly, chest spins to the left, away from your feet. It's an open twist. Might stay here. Back arm, left arm can turn in, thumb down, palm behind. Back of the hand or forearm across the low back. Right biceps to help bring you up and around. Or big toe bind. Big inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, spin belly, chest to the left, revolve, twist. Head looks over the top right shoulder. Left shoulder slides down the back, away from the ear. Emptying all breath out, head comes back to neutral, we unravel. Hands go behind us one more time, little can-can. If you did it on one side, we make sure we do it on the other. And then we'll sweep our legs out front and wide. Wider than the hips. Just technical term. Scoot your bum forward so that you feel that you're on the front of your tuberosities, your sits bones or your butt bones. So that we're tilting from our pelvis and not just rounding from our back. Yeah, if you need to bend your knees, tuck some blankets or towels under there, cushions, feel free. Point or flex, yeah, but make your legs tight. Inhale. Exhale from your pelvis, tip forward. Don't worry about down, go way forward. And then back off a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to tilt and fold. 2 more times like that. Inhale, back off. And if it's hard for you to not round your back, just keep your hands back behind your hips. You can't come any lower. And if it's all right for your low back, relax shoulders, neck, head. If your head needs support, just prop it up into your hands. Build the floor up as high as you need it. Inhale, lift up halfway from wherever you are. Lengthen your back, open your chest. Light half lift, put on the mat. Exhale, tone up the belly. Climb yourself back on up. Scoop up under the back of your knees, feet stay wide. Hands can go back, no pressure. Broaden your collarbones, keep your chest buoyant. And we start to just windshield wipe the knees like we did at the beginning. You're welcome to add more of a twist. Back hip is leading the way. It presses us up and around. You might look for your back foot. It's like a very open version of that twist we just did. So we make our way back through center, walk the feet hip distance, hold the underside of your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, scoop up on your low belly and start to lower yourself all the way down to the mat, however you need to get there. Tuck the knees up into the chest, give the hips a little rock. Feet back to the mat, legs close together. Sweep your arms open like a T. I like my palms to face up, but check in with your own shoulders. Left ankle, left thigh over the right, like you're sitting cross-legged at the table. That's a bit too much for your hips, your low back. Come to that figure four version we did in the beginning. Otherwise, give your hips a little bump, a little shift to the left. Inhale. Exhale, knees, legs fall to the right. If your left shoulder lifts up off the ground, it comes along for the ride. Use your right elbow, push it down into the mat, lift your chest up. Square your shoulders back up to the mat. And then head can look out over either side if it's good on the neck. Three more breaths. Top half of your next exhale to unravel your legs, your twists. Hips go back in line, knees tuck back into the chest, just putting everything back in its place. And we'll do the second side. Right thigh over top of the left. Shift your hips a little to the right, inhale. Exhale, knees fall to the left. If your right shoulder comes along for the ride, use your left elbow. Press it down, lift your chest, square it back up. And then settle on in, eagle leg twist. Using the expansion of your lungs, your breath, to find more space on the top side ribs, the obliques. Cross your low back, make a little relief in the outer hip. Top half of your next exhale, head to neutral. Unravel the twist, uncross your legs, give yourself a little rock. Releasing the feet down and reach down. Just so that you can tuck your heels. I know some of you guys that are locked on here with me right now, you're real bendy. So, it's all good. The tighter you draw your heels into your body, the tighter it's gonna make the coil. Usually we're all right where we can just touch. Big inhale. Exhale, take a little tilt in your pelvis. Feel your low back press down. So the pubic bone moves higher than the hip points. Inhale. Exhale, push your feet and the backs of your shoulders down as you start to peel your back up off the floor. So no weight moves into your neck and your head. We're looking for
that long line from the shoulders out through the knees, no pressure across the low back. Slowly unravel. See if you can lay down, articulate your back, one spinal bone at a time. Tucking at the bottom, finding neutral lumbar, low back curve. That's where our hip points and our pubic bone are the same height up off the floor. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh through open mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, a little tuck, a little scoop of the low belly as we peel our hips and our back up off the mat. Press the shoulders down. If we're good, we stay. If you'd like to add in rock onto the right side, tuck the left shoulder under the body. Rock onto the left, tuck the right, and maybe interlace the hands. Final breath here. Untuck your shoulders if they're under you in Yoga Nidra. Slowly, once again, see if you can lay out one spinal bone at a time. Take a few breaths. Neutral low back at the bottom. Arms fall away from the body. Feet walk a little farther away or wide. Few breaths of that windshield wide from side to side.
Be aware of yourself as you are, without judgment. See what is. You have no further problem.
Then we drag the heels across the mat one at a time. Walking the shoulder blades down the back, down the mat, away from the ears. Give the hips a little shimmy, the shoulders a little shimmy. Turn the head from side to side, adjust your pony if you need to. And let's breathe together. Even though we can't be apart, we have to be apart. We can't be together physically, we are here together energetically, whether you're on the live or not. Let's take a deep breath and fill up as much as you can. All good things. Exhale, sigh through an open mouth. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, fill up. All that's good is yours. Exhale, flush out, let go all that's dark. One more time. Hold it at the top, just a little bit, hold. Sip in a little more through an open mouth. Again. One more time. Hold, 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 feel that tension building, feel that pressure. Let it go. Settle back in with a natural breath. Soften your gaze, close your eyes. Stay as long as you like. The amazing thing about being at home, you get to choose how long you stay on the mat. There's no other class, not in anyone's way. I'll sign off before you get too deep in your relaxation.
Thank you so much for those of you that joined live with me here this morning. Maybe if you're on the recording, it's so appreciated. The world definitely needs more of us doing yoga, whatever our style is, whatever our practice is. It's awesome, it's rad. Keep doing that, keep filling up your own cup so that we can really go back out and light it up to show up in the best way possible for one another.